All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about turning artificial intelligence from this, complicated buzzword into a super practical, everyday tool. The whole point here is to completely change the way you work, to help you get back time from all those boring tasks so you can focus on what actually matters. So let's get right to it.
Does this look familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Today's world is just incredibly demanding, right? It is so easy to get buried under this mountain of routine, administrative work. If you feel like you're just losing precious hours to tasks that completely drain your energy, well, you are in exactly the right place, because we are about to talk about the solution.
So, first things first, let's completely reframe how we think about AI. For just a minute, forget all the science fiction stuff. We're going to look at AI for what it actually is in a practical sense. A powerful new logic tool, ready to be added to your professional toolkit.
This slide it nails the gap between perception and reality. The public conversation, it always swings between these wild extremes, utopian fantasies and dystopian fears. But the truth, for us, right here, right now, is way more grounded. AI is a tool that is just brilliant at recognizing patterns and processing data within a set of rules. And that is its superpower.
And this right here, this shows you how it all works. See, when you ask an AI to write an email, it isn't thinking or understanding your request like a person would. Nope, it's running a massive calculation, predicting the most statistically likely sequence of words based on, well, trillions of examples it's seen before. It's a probability engine, not a conscious colleague.
Okay, so now that we know what AI is really good at, how do we actually apply it? Well, the journey starts by looking inward, at our own daily routines, to find those hidden chances for automation.
This quote gets right to the heart of the matter. We do so many repetitive tasks that they just become second nature, right? We stop even seeing them as individual tasks, and we just call it work. But these invisible habits, these are the exact areas where AI can give us our time back.
So the first crucial step is to make the invisible visible. And the method is so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. For 1 week, just write down what you do. Be specific. Then, look at that list and find every single task that is repetitive and follows a clear set of rules. This, my friends, becomes your automation goldmine.
Here's a super simple litmus test from the source materials decision tree. For any task on your list, just ask this one question. Is this something I do over and over again in a similar pattern-based way? If the answer is yes, boom, you've found a perfect candidate for AI help. If not, it's probably a job that needs that special human touch. Now, let's see how we can build on this, from finding single tasks to creating an entire AI-powered system. This is where we go from saving minutes to saving hours.
Two of the most universal areas where pretty much anyone can see benefits right away are in schedule management and content creation. Just think about the endless back and forth of trying to schedule one meeting, or the time it takes to draft a simple report. These are absolutely perfect places to start.
This quote, this is really the guiding philosophy. The goal is not to automate everything. It's to create the perfect partnership. You let AI handle the tedious, routine stuff, and that frees up your brain power for the things that we humans do best: strategy, critical thinking, and making the final call.
The real transformation, the game-changing moment, happens when you stop thinking of AI as just one little app you use sometimes. It's about creating a system where different tools work together, handing off tasks and data seamlessly to create massive efficiency gains across your entire workday.
Okay, let's talk about what might be the single most important part of this entire explainer. As we hand over more and more to these powerful tools, our role as the human in the loop becomes more critical than ever before.
This is the key question we all have to answer for ourselves. When an AI helps you draft a proposal and there's an error in it, who's responsible? The answer is simple. You are. The tool is just an extension of your work. It is not a replacement for your accountability.
And this brings us to a fascinating idea from the source material, the paradox of automation. It's a bit counterintuitive. You'd think that as an AI gets better, we could pay less attention, right? But the exact opposite is true. The more capable a system becomes, the more diligent our oversight has to be, because the potential impact of any error gets that much bigger.
So, how do we practice good oversight? Well, it starts with these foundational principles. First, be transparent about how you're using AI. Second,
Always remember that these tools have limitations. And third, when an error happens, attribute it correctly to a flaw in your process or your oversight, not to the tool having a mind of its own.
All right, we've covered the theory, the how-to, and the importance of oversight. Now, let's put it all together into a concrete plan that you can start using today.
A big change like this can feel, well, overwhelming, which is why the source material gives us this brilliant 12-week roadmap. It breaks the whole journey down into manageable chunks. You start with assessing and planning, then you move to foundational implementation, then workflow integration, and finally, you govern and optimize your new system. It turns a huge idea into a totally doable project.
So, if you take away just 3 things from our time together, let it be these. First, AI is a tool, not a replacement. Second, be systematic about this. Don't just be opportunistic. And third, and this is the most important one, human oversight is the foundation of everything. You are always in charge.
And that leads us to our final question. The power to revolutionize your productivity is here, it's accessible, and it's very real. The challenge and the huge opportunity is to wield it effectively and responsibly. So think about it. What is the first repetitive task you're going to delegate? And how will you make sure that you remain the expert in charge?